Good afternoon and welcome to Premier League Live on LFS for this game between Bournemouth and Liverpool on a windy South Coast afternoon. It is going to be a cracking game in the winter Clyde on the South Coast at Bournemouth. And Liverpool looking to consolidate their place at the summit of the Premier League table this afternoon as they head to a windy South Coast to face an in-form Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. Jurgen Klopp's side sit 2 points clear of Man City, Arsenal and Aston Villa, who all make up the top four ahead of this one and will want to build on their 2 cup wins and 1 league win in 2024 with another 3 points on the road. Meanwhile, in the other dugout, Andoni Iraola has completely turned around Bournemouth's fortunes in the last 10 games, winning 7, having failed to win any of their first 9 games under his management. Well, Dominic Solanke's been kind of key to Bournemouth's uptick in form, scoring in each of his last 3 home league games. And if he scores today, he'll become the first player to score in 4 consecutive home appearances in the Premier League for Bournemouth. To the teams, and Bournemouth make 3 changes to the side who lost 3-1 to Tottenham on New Year's Eve, and they all come in defence. James Hill, Chris Mepham and Max Aarons come in for Dango Uratara, Marcus Senesi and Adam Smith. Senesi is suspended while Dango Uratara and Antoine Semenyo are away on international duty. Lloyd Kelly returns but is only fit for the bench. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp makes 4 alterations to the side who beat Newcastle 4-2 on New Year's Day. Conor Bradley makes his first Premier League start in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, while Harvey Elliott, Diogo Jota and Alexis McAllister also come into the side. Wataru Endo and Mo Salah are away on international duty. Alexander-Arnold and Dominic Szoboszlai remain on the sidelines. It's a tough away game for the league leaders against a firing Cherries side who beat Jurgen Klopp's side in this fixture last season, with Philip Billing scoring the winner in a 1-0 win. It's Bournemouth versus Liverpool at the Vitality Stadium. Kickoff is next. Good afternoon and welcome to LFS for Premier League Live with me, Kevin Ferris, on this a very windy afternoon in Bournemouth for this Premier League tie. Certainly not easy conditions for either team on the day, but it wasn't easy conditions the last time these two played here either. They played each other in the League Cup here back at the start of November, and that was a wild and windy night. Storms were on the horizon then, and they are on the horizon as well this weekend across the whole of the UK, that is, but the South Coast will be much more exposed, but neither side will be hoping that that will affect their game as much this afternoon as the other will want it to affect the opposition's game. Liverpool in their green and white away kit, and Bournemouth of course in their black and red home kit. As we get underway at the Vitality Stadium for another Premier League tie between Bournemouth and Liverpool, their 3rd meeting of the season between these two. Liverpool have won the previous 2 by 2-1 and 3-1 scorelines, 1 at Anfield and 1 here in the League Cup. But a very different Bournemouth since they've met those two teams. Bournemouth have a good attacking chance there, and an early corner won by Justin Kluivert there. And Joe Gomez having to make his first block of the afternoon. Get the ball behind for a Bournemouth corner early in this one. But as I was saying, a very different Bournemouth that Liverpool are facing this afternoon to the one they did play on those previous occasions. Corner taken short, right to the edge of the box. Trying to be worked away in, and Liverpool can't get it away. Curtis Jones trying to be in the block there. Bournemouth still keep it alive, and it's scrambled away by Ibrahima Konate, who had to put it behind for another corner. But really good from Bournemouth to sustain the pressure on that right flank, and none of the Liverpool players could get in the way of it and get the ball cleared. But Konate got the final touch and put it behind for another Bournemouth corner. Positive start for the home side. Left-footed delivery in front post, off the chest of Diaz. Jota will try and bring it forward now. But Jones is beaten off the ball by Christie there. Here's Kluivert. And now wide, right foot across in. Bouncing around, and Solanke's in there, but cleared away by Joe Gomez for Liverpool. Of course, Dominic Solanke, the former Liverpool striker, has never scored against Liverpool, though. Maybe needs must, who knows? Maybe it'll happen today. 2 minutes gone. Bournemouth have been the better side so far. Liverpool have barely got any of the ball. The first couple of touches they've had has been clearances in the game. Long ball from Neto. And that one will sail its way through and out for a Liverpool throw on the right-hand side, which Premier League debutant Conor Bradley will take. Of course, Northern Ireland international. Played in Liverpool's last 2 games. Came on, played, made his full debut for Liverpool in the League Cup against Fulham in that semi-final, and then came on in the FA Cup game against Arsenal. Liverpool winning both of those games, of course. Progressing in the FA Cup, and a narrow lead in the League Cup semi-final, which they will take to Fulham in midweek on Wednesday night. So a quick turnaround from this one for Liverpool. Here's Neto for Bournemouth again. Mepham out wide to Hill. Pressure on Kluivert, but good hold up of the ball. And then Hill goes back to Neto as he was pressed by Harvey Elliott there. Be interesting to see how Liverpool line up front this afternoon with Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez. None of the 3 are kind of out-and-out right wingers. Harvey Elliott's also in the team, and he kind of played that hybrid role in the game against Fulham and against Arsenal in a way. He was out-and-out right winger, but more of a hybrid role, mixing it between midfield and attack for Harvey Elliott, and we'll see if that continues today as Diaz has the ball. Back to McAllister, fires it over the top. Núñez trying to make a run in behind. Jota wins it back, and bundled over was Curtis Jones, but no foul, says the referee, and Liverpool will have to recover and do so. McAllister goes back to Alisson, and Liverpool will go again. Well, referee this afternoon is Andy Madley. Of course, big refereeing decision here last season, and Liverpool were given a penalty by the referee after a VAR check. Liverpool got the penalty and missed it. The man who missed it is not in attendance this afternoon, Mo Salah. Not here. And VAR is Paul Tierney. Here's Curtis Jones, makes a run into the Bournemouth box. First attacking display from Liverpool, and Jota runs into trouble. And Bournemouth can clear their lines, but Van Dijk has it back. Ball over the top from Gomez, but just catches the wind and escapes anywhere away from Luis Diaz's path and behind for a Bournemouth goal kick. Ball played out there from Neto, battling for the ball, and Bournemouth win the throw-in, which goes down the line from Hill. Solanke makes the run out to the left. He's brought Konate with him. Solanke looking to have a pass, finds it to Cook. Now Sinisterra trying to cause Liverpool problems defensively, and Harvey Elliott there to clear the ball and put it behind for another Bournemouth corner. A couple of times now where Liverpool have tried to win the ball back, and Bournemouth have been in good areas. One of those ones where Bournemouth rescuing the corner out of the situation. No, they're going nowhere and just get the set piece. Set pieces last season, defending set pieces was a real issue for Liverpool last season. Especially corners. They looked lacking physicality from those set pieces. Tavernier to take this corner. Takes it short. Driven into the box. Back to Tavernier, puts it across, and they were trying to catch Alisson out at the near post, but the keeper got down and parried it wide, did the Liverpool goalkeeper. Nice idea from Bournemouth. Marcus Tavernier just tried to sneak it inside that left-hand post of Alisson. Or that right-hand post, sorry, the near post. And almost got it through, but Allison, strong hands, parries it behind for another Bournemouth corner. This one will be delivered right into the 6-yard box. Konate with the clearance. Back in by Tavernier, but straight into the hands of Allison, who takes no time at sending it up the pitch. And they're running behind from Nunez. Pressure, but really good defensive header there from Ryan Christie to take all the threat out of that Liverpool counter-attack there. And that long ball from Allison's caused teams trouble previously. Looks a real threat from those positions, Allison. He's got multiple assists from those types of situations, and on that occasion Bournemouth were aware of that one and was well dealt with by Ryan Christie. Nice idea by Allison. Nunez had made the run in behind. The ball just bounced before it got to Nunez, and that helped out Bournemouth. It bounced back towards Christie, which allowed him to get a clean header back into the path of his goalkeeper, who could collect their Neto. Gomez with a header, taking a nice touch by Nunez, but there to break it apart is Aarons. Header there, and a handball against Virgil van Dijk. Solanke in a battle with Van Dijk, and Van Dijk the man penalised, but for a handball rather than anything else. That was a handball. Not often that Virgil van Dijk gets free kicks given against him. Known for his very intense physical battling with centre forwards. On occasion, Andy Madley thought it was just a bit too much from Van Dijk. Free kick taken. Sinisterra back into his own half and goes back to his keeper Neto, who goes long. Konate up to win the header, but battling with Kluivert, and coming back is McAllister. He keeps the possession for Liverpool and carries it forward. Elliott, no options, has to go back to Bradley, and now back to Allison inside his 18-yard box. Plays it out to Gomez, and will win the throw-in after that touch from Tavernier. So Gomez to take this throw. One thing Liverpool want to do is keep the game flowing as much as possible. Although with the weather conditions and the way Bournemouth, I'm sure, will want to fess up against Liverpool. They'll press high, they'll push high, but they'll also want to kind of break the game apart a bit. Not allow Liverpool to get into a rhythm and into a momentum where they can cause them a lot of threats. Lewis Cook there, giving away that free kick against Alexis McAllister, and Van Dijk takes. Konate. McAllister. Pressed quite highly there again, our Bournemouth pressing. Konate, infield ball to Elliott. Almost doesn't get the pass off of McAllister. Nice idea. Space for Nunez on the left flank. Here is Darwin Nunez. Takes a few touches. Back infield to McAllister. Now switches it across to the right. The bounce helps out Bradley, and Bradley with a cross looking for the ball into the box, but just under hit that one from the young Northern Irishman. And now Elliott wins it back, but Bournemouth felt they had a man fouled in Luis Sinisterra there, but the referee saw no foul, no fault in it. Throw in from Bradley. Bit misplaced, and Liverpool surrender possession. Lewis Cook pressed by Luis Diaz in his own box and almost caught out there right across his own goal did Lewis Cook go, but Bournemouth might get a reward from it. Go long, but Solanke was almost in, but the ball was nowhere near there from Marcus Tavernier in that right flank. Good move down the right hand side. They played the ball across the box, which they tell you never to do. They get it out to the right hand side, play it down the line, and Tavernier, all he has to do is measure one to find Dominic Solanke on the run through, but completely miscued it into the hands of Allison, and that came to nothing. But a nice glimpse of what Bournemouth can do from playing out from the back. It's the in-trend kind of tactic at the moment from any team in the Premier League. Every team wants to play out from the back and not go long ball. I want to avoid that. Jota giving away a free kick there. Ryan Christie, the man fouled. So, free kick for the home side. Maybe that'll be the type of game that we're going to see today. One of those biddy games. Nice touch by Sinisterra, but the second one got away from him, and he ran out of room to try and take the ball into the 18-yard box of Liverpool, but he initially beat Connor Bradley there. Thought he was going to cut inside. Bradley just overcovered it, went for the challenge a bit early, and Sinisterra beat past him, but he was too quick for even himself there, Luis Sinisterra, and run out of room to take a second touch. Good pressing by Jones from the long ball. Nunez. He's occupying the left-hand side, Darwin Nunez. Ball over the top, Diaz making the run. Ball bounces. Diaz takes it down. He's got Bradley on the underlap. He stays in possession, Diaz. Stays on the ball. And goes back to Konate, who tries to fire a ball through the lines, but it's never the right pass there from Ibrahima Konate. Nowhere near the right execution, and the ball right behind for a goal kick to Bournemouth. Harvey Elliott had made that run, but completely misplaced by Ibrahima Konate. It's good from Diaz to take that touch. Very good pass by Darwin Nunez in the wind. Bounces down to Diaz, and it's good pressing by James Hill to kind of see him out of anywhere of danger, Diaz, and Liverpool end up surrendering the ball only as far as Elliott's had it back there, but comes off Jota's face, and Bradley takes it down, fires it forward, trying to find Nunez. Cleared away. Gomez in to take it back, but the touch goes right the way back to Neto. Bit impatient at times there, Liverpool. A couple of times they're just trying to force the ball forward. Not looking to kind of take their time and press Bournemouth and pass their way around. They're trying to be very direct from those kind of situations, and I don't think it's working so far. Struggled to really cause Bournemouth a threat early on in this game, Liverpool. Neither side have had a shot in the game. Both trying to gauge their passes, figure out how to get past the opposition. Oh, that's nice from Jota to steal it away, but Bournemouth had bodies there to cover and get them out of danger. Jota nicked the ball away and almost had a good opportunity for Liverpool there. Konate. Back to Alisson. Highly pressed again. Over the head of Elliott, but he'll get the ball back again, and he'll have the throw in. Harvey Elliott there to get Liverpool back in possession. But Andoni Iraola mentioned it prior to the kickoff about how both sides will be high pressing today, so it will be an open game. It will be one of those games where neither side will want to falter possession, and neither side will want to kind of allow the opposition to hold on to the ball for too long. What a ball by McAllister. Finds Nunez on the left. Trying to work the space. Finds it to Curtis Jones. Back to Gomez. Again, Liverpool have to go backwards to come forwards. Almost again from Liverpool, but again recovered by Sinisterra. And it will be a Liverpool throw as Sinisterra actually got the last touch on that ball, and Liverpool throw. Diaz. All the way back to Virgil van Dijk, but Liverpool inside the Bournemouth half. Joe Gomez coming in field there. I can see occupying a midfielding position at this moment. Good touch by McAllister to recover the ball. Nice inverted run by Nunez. Takes a touch in the box, but the ball just ran away from his kind of grasp. Elliott gets it back though. Good pressure on Hill. Cuts it across. Gomez takes a shot. Actually, maybe he was trying to cross it. Trying to lift it into the box, but again, too much. And nowhere near controlled. Anywhere near not well enough there, Liverpool. Again, silly giveaway, but good ball initially. Really good ball to find Nunez on the run. And that's one thing that Darwin Núñez does, is he causes issues. He makes it kind of frantic for defenders. He confuses them, and that's why he's one of Liverpool's biggest attacking assets, because of the chances he creates. He may not be the most clinical finisher in world football, but what he certainly does is creates a hatful of chances for Liverpool, and that's almost Liverpool's kind of identity under Jurgen Klopp. They've never been the most clinical side, and even under that amazing front three, we're never the most clinical, but he certainly created so many chances that the opposition just couldn't deal with it. Oh, the ball's fallen here. Sinisterra, touch from Solanke, but good block by Virgil van Dijk, and denied Solanke any further than that one touch that took the ball into Alisson's path, and he grasped it. But a bit simple there from Bournemouth. A nice crossfield ball, but too easy, and here they come again. Ball in the box, Van Dijk away. Jones, can he get Liverpool forward? Turns on the ball, finds it to Elliott. Crossing the halfway line, Jones again. Elliott again. Allows Liverpool a bit of time. Here's Gomez. Out wide on the left is Núñez. Núñez trying to beat past Max Aarons, and did get past Aarons initially. Keeps the ball in play, but good work from Darwin Núñez there, physicality, and got the throw in on a Max Aarons. Aarons was determined not to give away a corner, and Núñez kind of determined not to give the ball away, and they got a compromise. A throw in for Liverpool on the left hand side. Gomez to take it. 18.5 minutes. Goalless here at the Vitality Stadium. Gomez with a long throw into the box. Tried to be flicked on by Jota, but it was just over the head of the Portuguese. Cleared away. Van Dijk has it back. Konate. Now McAllister. Space to run through here, and takes the strike from distance, but just narrowly wide of the left post there from Alexis McAllister. Not too bad, and some of Alexis McAllister's passes have been Liverpool's best passes of the game, but it's not one of his cleanest strikes, and it bundled wide of the left post in the end, behind for a goal kick. But that is the first shot of the game, officially, which is quite concerning. Clearance from Neto from the goal kick. Good header won by Konate. Straight into the path of James Hill, who couldn't clear the ball away. Straight up into the air and out for a Liverpool throw. Bradley. Touch taken by Diaz. Under pressure by Hill all time. Diaz able to hold him off and find the ball wide to Bradley. Nice first touch. Takes it out wide again. Under pressure from Chris Mepham. But he will win Liverpool another throw-in. Bradley finds Elliott. And McAllister back to Konate. Of course, a lot of concern for Liverpool. No Mo Salah, no Dominic Szoboszlai, no Trent Alexander-Arnold. Arguably their three best players this season in terms of attacking areas. Although they have a lot of depth in attack with the likes of a Jota, Diaz and a Núñez. And then with Elliott, they can kind of deputise in those roles as well. They do have the depth, but Mo Salah, a massive part of this team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, a massive creative force in this Liverpool team. Creates chances from nowhere, makes passes that no one else can see. One of the best passers in the game. We see the impact of Man City without Kevin De Bruyne. It's almost a similar impact when Liverpool lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then Dominic Szoboszlai has been one of the best players since coming in the summer. High performance in almost every single game. Dominic Szoboszlai, of course, still out injured, but Liverpool might have a few boosts in terms of the injury front towards the end of this month and the start of next month, with a few players returning. Elliott, nice touches to get it to Jota, who's pulled back there by Chris Mepham, and that will be a free kick to Liverpool. And Andy Madley getting out the white spray to indicate where the free kick will be taken. 21 minutes gone, and it's Liverpool again. They're dominating the ball. They're having more of the possession, but at the minute, just trying to find into their rhythm, Liverpool, and work out where they can exploit this Bournemouth defence. So far, they certainly targeting the right-hand side more than the left-hand side. Feel they can get more joy out of that side with James Hill and Chris Mepham rather than Elias Barnier and Max Aarons. Or it could just be that they trust their attack further down the right with the pace. Who knows? Free kick to be taken here then. McAllister to take, right-footed, lifts it into the box and all the way through. Konate was making the run at the back post, but it was way over the head of Ibrahima Konate and straight behind for a Bournemouth goal kick. Well, Liverpool well beyond schedule, of course, in their kind of rebuild under Jurgen Klopp. This rebuild well ahead of schedule at the minute. A free kick given to Bournemouth there. Joe Gomez, a bit over-exuberant in his challenge. The referee pulling this back. Bournemouth wanted to take the free kick quickly, but the referee said the ball was rolling when it was initially taken, and it will be retaken. Neto will take it. As I was saying, Liverpool ahead of schedule, really, in terms of their rebuild. This for the first season with the new midfield, with issues really in that front that they had to address this summer. They felt that top four was their kind of key target this season. Of course, well above that at this stage. Well in the top four, and a win here this evening would give them a 5-point lead on second place Manchester City, but of course City have that game in hand on everyone else in the league. Here's Darwin Núñez from distance. Not too bad for Neto to gather, and it allows Bournemouth a bit of space to run. Really good challenge by McAllister, and Diaz couldn't follow it up. Clearance by Bournemouth, bouncing around in the middle. Jones with a header, and the reverse ball almost catching out Liverpool's defence, but Van Dijk was quick. McAllister, Gomez on that left-hand side, of course, not his natural position. Joe Gomez deputising for the injured Andy Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas, both out. Liverpool, oh, they've allowed it to bounce there. James Hill, a crossfield ball, and that could have been a lot worse for him. No communication defensively there, Bournemouth. The ball from Virgil van Dijk, it's a long diagonal, targeting the run of Luis Diaz. And it was a bit more kind of narrow than expected. James Hill caught out. He allowed it to bounce. Neto wasn't coming for it, and a bit of confusion. And they rescue it behind for a Liverpool corner. The first of the game for the visitors. Harvey Elliott to take it. Lots of bodies on the edge of the box here for Liverpool. Van Dijk, Konate, Jones, etc. Left-footed delivery by Elliott. Up in the air by one of the Bournemouth players. Bradley will pick it up again. Gomez spreads it wide. Elliott again on the right flank. Back to Bradley. Still bodies in the box. Bradley with a cross. Deep back post. Bouncing around. And Darwin Núñez got the contact on it, but went behind for a goal kick. Connor Bradley, right-footed delivery. Really good delivery. A bit early on the jump was Ibrahima Konate. Bounced behind him. It took a touch off the right leg of Chris Mepham. And did Núñez get a definitive touch? He didn't. Corner to Liverpool on the left-hand side this time. So they kept the pressure on and got another corner. Another delivery by Elliott. Coming in is Van Dijk, but just evaded. Clean header of Van Dijk. Bradley battling with Tavernier. Holding Tavernier to his own corner. Really well played out by Marcus Tavernier. Sinisterra, sorry, trying to get them forward. Beaten away by Jota. Nunez has it back. Scoops it to Bradley on the right flank. Jota again. There's a bit of energy in Liverpool all of a sudden. Although that pass from Jota will zap all of that. Well, one back by Konate though. Jones. McAllister back to Curtis Jones. And the home crowd getting behind their team, seeing that Liverpool are upping the level slightly. Here's Gomez. They want their side to match that level. Bit of defending for Bournemouth to do here. Diaz broke out to the left-hand side and the cross was just ahead of Darwin Nunez and behind for a goal kick. Good idea again by Luis Diaz, but this time just evaded Darwin Nunez on that area. And I have to say, when I said Van Dijk didn't get a clean header on it, he didn't get a header on it. See the replay, James Hill just nicked it in front of Van Dijk and didn't allow him any touch on the ball with his head. That could have been a real goal threat for Liverpool from that occasion. But nothing doing in the end. Here's Elliott. Jones. Better from Liverpool. Breaking through the line, trying to thread it through to Curtis Jones. Blocked by Mepham. Elliott keeps it alive. Jones at the byline. Did keep it in, despite the shouts from the home crowd that it was out. Elliott. Now Jones. Bradley on the underlap there. Bodies on the edge of the box for Liverpool. Diaz, Nunez and Jota all lurking. And Elliott has to go back to Konate. Elliott. McAllister has to go backwards. McAllister, nice ball to find Elliott in space. Liverpool space to run into. Elliott finds Diaz looking for the cross and the block. Really good block there by Chris Mepham, and the last touch came off Luis Diaz and behind for a goal kick. Better from Liverpool in transition. McAllister breaking the lines. It was a really good vision by McAllister. Threaded it beautifully through for Elliott. And Elliott, nice faded ball in behind from the Luis Diaz run. Got to the byline, tried to cross at Diaz, but really good covering by Bournemouth at the back there. Mepham getting the crucial kind of head on it and the block and getting it behind, getting it back off Luis Diaz to get the goal kick. Liverpool certainly threatening. Bournemouth holding firm at this moment in time. Bournemouth yet to have an attempt on the Liverpool goal. Liverpool have had a couple. 2 attempts on the Bournemouth goal, 1 on target. Konate over the top. Nunez. Diaz had made the run in behind. Diaz with a cross. Nunez trying to connect with it. Miskicked it. And Aaron's battling. Nunez fouling. Free kick to Bournemouth. But that was the type of opportunity that Liverpool like to kind of break from. Really good ball over the top by Konate. Found the touch of Luis Diaz perfectly. Who fired it across the box with pace and kind of verve in the ball, and Nunez trying to connect with it, strike through it first time with his right boot, miskicked it, and that's one of the kind of occasions where you think you don't want Darwin Nunez to hit it from there, maybe a Jota, but that's something that Nunez will need to improve on. But more often than not, he kind of takes the more difficult strikes, and the more instinctive kind of finishes are what he kind of gets his goals from. It's the ones he has to think about that's kind of where his weakness shows, but in that occasion he just didn't get a clean connection on the ball. In any case, from that front, Bournemouth with the throw. They want to re-energise themselves in attacking areas. Hill. Sinisterra. Up against Bradley, good covering by Elliott, but Bradley allows him on the inside, and Sinisterra trying to break through, and a couple of bodies. He had to break through, but he couldn't get past Ibrahima Konate. Luis Sinisterra. And out for a Bournemouth throw on the left-hand side. Really good close control and intricate football from Sinisterra. Beating past Bradley and Elliott and then getting past McAllister and charging through, but he couldn't get past Konate. Kind of a man-mountain figure there for Liverpool in that area of the pitch. That's a real good partnership at the minute, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. Seems to be the future, at least for the next couple of years for Liverpool. That centre-back partnership. Joel Matip out for the long term, not till next season, with an ACL. Same injury Virgil van Dijk suffered a few seasons ago, which kept him out for a long time. Joel Matip that suffered that earlier in the season. He won't return for the remainder of this campaign, but that seemed to be the first choice partnership anyway in defence for Liverpool, Konate and Van Dijk. So far, the best defence in the league. Here's Curtis Jones. Nice touches to find Gomez, and kind of a collision off the ball there between Jones and one of the Bournemouth players after he passed the ball away. Diaz, McAllister, now Virgil van Dijk. It was Tavernier that he collided with. Curtis Jones there. But both up and fine. Diaz out wide. Bradley on the right flank, trying to squeeze the ball through to Elliott, but blocked off by Sinisterra. Now Elliott again. Elliott with a switch ball. Jones on the far side, just above him, but he will pick the ball up. Aaron's in close kind of contact, but back to Gomez, and Van Dijk goes back to Alisson. Takes no unnecessary risks there. The centre-back for Liverpool. It's been Konate that's been kind of imitating Trent Alexander-Arnold so far. Nice ball from McAllister. Diaz takes a deflection straight into the hands of Neto. Luis Diaz again trying to open one up from distance. And the kind of deflection off Chris Mepham. And it allows kind of Neto to dive to the floor and gather the ball with both hands. Nice nick away by McAllister, but Diaz goes down. The referee said no foul. Bournemouth trying to play the through ball. Van Dijk with a block. And Diaz still in pain on the floor. And he's in serious pain here. He's still kind of wincing. Liverpool continue to play on. They don't want to put the ball out of play yet, Jurgen Klopp's side. Although their captain will do so now. Virgil van Dijk, and Luis Diaz remains on the floor, which is a concern after his battle with Justin Kluivert. Kluivert initially beaten on the ball by McAllister, and then the follow through. Ooh. And Justin Kluivert trying to nick the ball, misses the connection on the ball, and the follow through onto the kind of the leg of Luis Diaz. But I wouldn't say it's anything to worry about for Justin Kluivert in terms of VAR getting involved, and that's what Jurgen Klopp is asking of the assistant on that far side. I would say that on previous occasions you've seen things like that given, and red cards given for challenges like that, most notably Liverpool. Alexis McAllister was given a red card for a similar kind of challenge this season, but the referee on the field didn't even see it as a foul, never mind as anything more than a yellow or a red card. But from my opinion, I would say it's one of those ones where he's going for the ball, there's no intention, but in the end, in the rules, intention doesn't come into it. I would say it's yellow, just. But the most important news out of this whole situation is that Luis Diaz is up and is okay. He's back to his feet. So we will go again, and Bournemouth will have a throw, which they will give it straight back to Liverpool, of course, as Virgil van Dijk was the man who put it out of play initially for Diaz to receive treatment. Konate back to Alisson. Now Konate goes long. Konate run by Jota on that right flank. Good touches past Mepham, puts the ball in, and just evaded Darwin Núñez. Jones picks it up on the left flank, but another one of those ones where I think Núñez was just trying to flick it. And it was just unfortunate that the pass was just behind Darwin Núñez as he was running in. And the ball completely evaded his path in the end. Close again from Liverpool from those situations, but good link-up play by Bournemouth here on the break. Tavernier bursting down the right. McAllister and Gomez in recovery for Liverpool. Nipping at the heels of Tavernier, there was McAllister and Elliott to come in and win the throw-in for Liverpool off Marcus Tavernier. The ball over the top again. Konate again firing the ball over the top, and that's a couple of times tonight, this evening, that we've seen Liverpool fire that ball over the top and target a runner on that kind of right flank against the kind of centre-back or the left-back of Bournemouth. So far, a couple of occasions where Liverpool have been very threatening from those positions. More often than not, and kind of in those positions than they have been in terms of their own build-up play. Nice ball though from Núñez, finds Bradley. He tries to strike it, but bodies on the line for Bournemouth got it away. Sinisterra. Nice spin by Christie. Feeds it down the right flank. Tavernier has got space and time. Solanke and Kluivert in the middle. Tavernier trying to work an angle. Come in, failed, but Liverpool get bodies back. Nice ball though by Cook. Has to go back to Hill though. Now Mepham. Spin by Tavernier. Nice ball. Finds Ryan Christie. Through the lines, but straight into the hands of Alisson. In on the edge of a 6-yard box there. And Marcus Tavernier seems to be the bright spark for Bournemouth at the moment. That right flank seems to be the area where he's finding space and time to try and measure passes and get the ball forward for the home side on that overlap. And it seems to be Joe Gomez is coming a bit further infield. You know, we talk about kind of Trent Alexander-Arnold in that inverted midfield role from fullback. It seems to be Joe Gomez occupying that space a bit more. From the opposite side, Bradley staying more as a kind of traditional right back, just up and down the line at this moment in time. And Joe Gomez coming a bit further infield. So we'll see kind of how that impacts Liverpool, not only in attack, but also in defence. This afternoon, and so far it seems to be where Bournemouth are getting their most joy in attacking areas is that right flank, that area where Gomez should be occupying in a traditional left back role. They go out to that right again. Gomez beaten to the ball that time. Christie, ball in behind. Konate has two players to deal with, can't deal with either, and Kluivert trying to open one up. Blocked by Van Dijk in the follow-up is blocked by Van Dijk again from Ryan Christie. Diaz back and trying to help his team from a tight area, get them out of trouble, and does so. Gomez down the line to Núñez. Tries to switch it across Darwin Núñez, but there's no one within 10 yards of that ball, and Bournemouth recover possession. Certainly a very evenly matched contest in this first half between these two. Both sides kind of trying to exploit the other with those spaces and those longer balls. They're not trying to target kind of cute build-up play and kind of intricate football at this moment in time. It's more the fact that the most joy has come from just knocking the ball in behind the defence, or knocking the ball diagonally and trying to test the fullback. That's both teams so far that have had their most joy from those types of situations. But nothing doing in that attacking front so far. Liverpool and Bournemouth still locked at 0-each. Alisson with the ball over the top, trying to find the run of Gomez there, and In the process, Gomez had his eyes on the ball, he said, but committing the foul on Max Aarons, and a free kick will go Bournemouth's way. So 3 minutes plus additional time or so to go of the first half, and I would say if this game did go 0-0 at half time, neither side could have a complaint as to that scoreline. Both have had half chances, but nothing of major concern for either defence really to talk about in terms of kind of where they've been exposed. Has been pretty even in this fixture so far. Liverpool, of course, having more of the ball, and have had more attempts, but certainly those attempts have been more very kind of non-threatening opportunities, kind of shots from distance rather than anything of clear-cut concern for the Bournemouth defence. Jota's ball is not found it into the path of Nunez, who was kind of blocked off there, and the foul by Harvey Elliott on Dominic Solanke on the halfway line will give Bournemouth a free kick. It was a good run by Aarons, broke free and played the ball to Dominic Solanke, and Elliott was trying to come and running in for the ball and kind of collided right into the back of Dominic Solanke, giving away the free kick. But they're both back on their feet and will be grand from that situation. It's Bournemouth's free kick sent out to the right flank, and Gomez this time does get a connection. Right for the throw-in. Taken quickly. Run in behind. Nice feinted run. Tavernier. Edge of the box for Kluivert. Battled by Bradley. Here's Solanke trying to cut it across, but Liverpool had so many bodies in the way. He would have struggled in any case to find a Bournemouth man in the box, but a bit kind of buoyed by this Bournemouth. Cook. Christie. Now Zibarni out to Sinisterra on the left flank. Nice ball into the middle. Kluivert across and all the way through. All it needed was one touch in there, and that could have been 1-0. But Bournemouth feeling that they can get something here. Can get something out of this, but it comes to an end there. Misplaced pass out of play. Good ball down the left-hand side. Luis Sinisterra picks it up. Has two players in his wake. Really beautiful feinted ball to find Justin Kluivert in the box, unmarked. Left-footed ball across the box, and it takes a deflection off Konate and just inches ahead of Ryan Christie's left boot. But again, it's Bournemouth that are looking the more threatening. In the last 5 minutes, they've had slightly more of the ball and 3 attempts compared to Liverpool's 1. Diaz dispossessed again. Liverpool just need to recompose themselves. They've gone a bit off the boil, but that's good from McAllister and Jota. And Diaz couldn't take it into his kind of grip, get it under control. And another opportunity away from Liverpool's kind of attackers there. Going a begging once more, but really good from McAllister to win it back. And Jota running through, and Diaz and Nunez were there, but neither of them could get a clean touch on the ball and take it under control. They will have a corner though, Liverpool, to kind of rescue this. And we will have 2 added minutes at the end of the half to a kind of fairly even half that's kind of burst into life in the last couple of minutes. Elliott with a delivery. Left-footed right across the box and headed on, but headed wide by Ibrahima Konate. Left-footed delivery. Headed on by Konate, and see this again. How far wide was it? It might have come off his left shoulder rather than his head. There, Ibrahima Konate, and that's why it went wide. More often than not, that's usually the case. Neto will have this goal kick to take then. Now, both sides will want improvement in the second half to their attacking displays, but neither side will feel that they've been hard done by in terms of the scoreline at the interval. Goalless is pretty fair. Ball by Hill. Solanke holding it up and trying to find the recovery for Sinisterra, but Good clearance by Connor Bradley and got it well out of trouble. But another Bournemouth throw on the left-hand side will keep Liverpool under a bit of pressure to end this half. Hill down the line. Touched by Sinisterra. Follow him all the way out as Alexis McAllister, and he felt to have touched it last there. McAllister, another Bournemouth throw in as we are running out of clock time here in this first half. And James Hill to go for a long throw into the box to end the half. Clean header by Konate, and that is the end of the half. So one more opportunity there for Bournemouth, but Liverpool dealt with it well through their defender Ibrahima Konate, and pretty much it's been defences on top in the first half. Neither team have had massive goal scoring opportunities where they should have put their the ball in the net, and so far it's kind of one of those games where both sides need attacking improvements in the second half. And it's a very, very even game from the first 45 minutes. Half-time at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0, second half. And analysis on the way next. Welcome back to Premier League Live, half-time at the Vitality Stadium. It is Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0 at the break. And neither side can really complain that they haven't taken the lead in that first half. It's been a fairly even first 45 minutes between the two teams. Neither side really kind of threatened the opposition goalkeeper probably as much as they probably would have wanted to. But Bournemouth probably ended the half the better of the two teams, I would say. Found a bit of joy in breaking the Liverpool kind of possession up towards the end of that half fairly easily. Something that might concern Jurgen Klopp, but one thing that he will know is this side are very well capable of coming out in the second half and winning this game with the attacking talent that they have, and they also have Cody Gakpo, who could still be added to the team in the second half, who can cause issues for Bournemouth on those occasions. More often than not, Liverpool do end up winning the game from the bench. They've done that on multiple occasions in the last few weeks. Most notably, of course, against Fulham in their first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, where they won it from the bench from 1-0 down. To lead by 2-1 in that. But so far in the first half, neither side side's defence has been breached, and its defence is on top, really, from the first 45 minutes. Just run you through the stats before I recap 3 games we've already had in the Premier League this weekend already. It's been a busy weekend of Premier League football. Of course, this split match week. 5 games last weekend and 5 games this weekend. We have another game coming up for you. We'll tell you about that in a moment as well. The halftime stats from the Vitality Stadium at the moment are as follows. Bournemouth 0, of course. Liverpool 0. Obviously, that is the case. At the half, the XG for both sides, 0.13 for Bournemouth, 0.09 for Liverpool in that first 45 minutes. 3 shots for Bournemouth, for Liverpool's 4. 60% possession for the visitors to Bournemouth, 40%. Sorry. 2 on target for Liverpool, 1 on target for Bournemouth. 4 corners for Bournemouth to Liverpool's 3. Liverpool have had 1 big chance, which they missed. Bournemouth haven't created a big chance in that first half. At 82% possession, passing accuracy from Liverpool, 67% for Bournemouth in that first 45 there. In that case, and that is where we stand at half time between these two teams in this first half at the Vitality Stadium. Just seeing the replay of that Justin Kluivert chance, I said it was possibly a yellow card, and we've seen red cards given for this situation this season. The referee didn't even give a free kick on the pitch, but being honest, I don't think he got away with one in terms of a red card, but he probably should have got a yellow card, I would say, erring on the side of caution there. In that front, I would say a yellow card would have been fair, but the referee didn't see it that way, and no foul was given in the first half. But this is where kind of some games can change, you know. That could be a big moment. I don't think Liverpool are going to worry about that and kind of focus on that going into the second half, saying, they should be down to 10 men. I don't think Jurgen Klopp's going to even mention it, but what he will say is he wants his own side to improve in the second half. They haven't been good enough, Liverpool. They haven't been as fluid in those attacking areas. I mean, when they have kind of targeted Bournemouth, they haven't really, I wouldn't say they haven't really threatened, but when they have targeted, they've kind of struggled to maintain and sustain attacks, which is something that is so commonly known. Jurgen Klopp, you know, with Jurgen Klopp teams, and especially with this Jurgen Klopp Liverpool team, is that they are so they press you, but they also kind of sustain pressure so well. So they press well, but they also sustain that pressure for a longer period of time and keep kind of wear your defence down that way. They haven't really done that in that first half. The front three haven't been as fluid and kind of as free-flowing as you would expect. They've been moving a lot. I mean, I don't think either of the front three have stayed in one position for longer than a couple of minutes each, really, in that first half. Neither side really did on that front. But Bournemouth, I think they will be the happier of the two teams at half-time. I think Liverpool have created a couple of good chances. Nothing of major concern, but they certainly have created a few chances where you think, they could have got a goal there. Or kind of, you never know what way the ball could fall. But Bournemouth, I would say, would be the happier of the two teams at the break, with it being 0-0. But they had the better of it towards the end of the half. Alright, so the second half from the Vitality Stadium is coming up very shortly. Here on LFS, we'll have commentary of that, of course, for you. To yesterday's games, and 2 games yesterday in the Premier League, very high-scoring games. 10 goals between those 2 games yesterday. A 5-goal thriller at the Emirates, where Arsenal destroyed Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace by 5-0. And they certainly needed that. Arsenal struggling to score goals in recent games, but certainly didn't struggle yesterday. Gabriel with the first goal to put Arsenal 1 up. Dean Henderson got the second. An own goal from Dean Henderson gave Arsenal their second goal. That was the score at half-time. Leandro Trossard got the third, and Gabriel Martinelli brace in added time made it 5-0 to Arsenal. In the end there, they dominated that game, Arsenal, and they needed that result. Also a team who needed a big result, Brentford. At home against Nottingham Forest. They went 1-0 down early in that game, Brentford. Danilo with the goal in the 3rd minute, putting the visitors ahead. Ivan Toney back from suspension, 8 months out. back to Premier League action and back to goal-scoring ways for Brentford. No sooner than 19 minutes got them back level. Ben Mee then completely turned the game around to give Brentford a 2-1 lead. Then an equaliser from Chris Wood sent it back to 2-2 before Neil Mopai, 3 minutes after Forest had levelled it, put Brentford back in front and got them the 3 points. On the day, very even game there as well, but Brentford edged the 3 points, and a must-needed 3 points for them. They looked in real kind of difficult terms, failed to win any of their previous 7 games in all competitions, including 3 games against Wolves, interestingly enough, a Premier League game against them, and then of course 2 FA Cup games against Wolves in the third round, which they eventually lost and went out in that one in extra time. Their last win prior to that Nottingham Forest win was against Luton, where they won 3-1 against Luton back at the start of December. Brentford there. But winning yesterday, and neither side could get the 3 points at Bramall Lane earlier this afternoon when Sheffield United met with West Ham. A crazy game at Bramall Lane earlier this afternoon. Maxwell Cornet put the visitors ahead. West Ham led by a goal to nil before Ben Brereton Diaz got Sheffield United back level before half-time. That was the score at the half. James Ward-Prowse from the penalty spot put West Ham back in front before a crazy end to the game in added time. Ryan Brewster sent off straight red card for him for a foul. Then Vladimir Sofal got a yellow card for arguing with the referee about a decision. Then got a second yellow 4 minutes later, Sofal, for a foul, which resulted in a penalty, which ended up resulting in a penalty for Sheffield United, in which Alphonse Areola, the West Ham keeper, got injured in that situation, had to go off, so West Ham bringing on a sub-keeper to try and save a penalty, and Ollie McBurney, no doubt about it, got Sheffield United back level and rescued a point for the Blades in the 103rd minute of the game, the 13th minute of added time in that one. Both ended with 10 men, but neither could separate on the scoreline. 2-2 it finished at Bramall Lane. Big result for the bottom side. Sheffield United on 10 points, eventually into double figures, but still 7 points clear of safety, where Everton sit at the moment, and that could be even worse if Luton win their game in hand, and it could be 9 points clear of safety for Sheffield United. But still an upturn in results since Chris Wilder's coming in, Chris Wilder has come in, and certainly an uptick in performances as well. And speaking of neither sides could be separated, here at the Vitality Stadium between Bournemouth and Liverpool, where it is goalless at the break. One more Premier League game to come for you this weekend, and we have that live for you tomorrow night. Brighton against Wolves in the Premier League is tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the Monday night game for you from the Amex Stadium. Just reading there, the kickoff time there is wrong. It says tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's tomorrow at 7:45 p.m. Unusually on a Monday night. It's usually 8 o'clock, but this week is 7:45, interestingly enough. So there you go. Don't forget to subscribe, and turn on post notifications as well for the channel. You don't want to miss anything over the next month of February as well. Towards the end of this month, we have the League Cup semi-final second legs this midweek, the FA Cup next weekend, before a Premier League double-header the following midweek and weekend. So a lot of football to come on LFS over the next few weeks, and you won't want to miss any of it. Speaking of more football, the second half from the Vitality Stadium, where Bournemouth and Liverpool are goalless at the moment, is on the way next. back to Premier League Live on LFS this Sunday afternoon for our game, the Premier League game between Bournemouth and Liverpool, which is goalless at the break between these two sides. The second half should be on the way in a moment or two as the players return to the field of play. Liverpool have been out for a few moments. Jurgen Klopp wanting his side out a bit earlier. Bournemouth just returning to the field now and ready to get back underway as the players return to the field then for this second half. And Liverpool, more than any other side, kind of go to another gear in the second half, really. We'll whether see if Bournemouth can exploit them more like they did at the end of the first half, start causing them more issues. We will see who improves more than the other in the second half, because neither side could be separated after 48 or so minutes of play. And referee Andy Madley gets us back underway for another 45 minutes here on the South Coast. And I have to say, I don't think the weather is kind of taken into the issues of the game. It's not been a big factor in the game as of yet. Now, who's to say it won't be, but Alisson a bit caught out there by Dominic Solanke. A bit unnerved and put the ball straight out of play, did the usually calm and collected Brazilian. Throw in for Aarons. Tavernier finds Christie, but McAllister back on cover. Gomez now trying to find it down the line, but gives it straight back to Bournemouth. Cook, Christie, and away by Konate for Liverpool. Good touch by Mepham. Aarons with a switch ball. And was good pace behind it, but too much pace behind it from Max Aarons there, and beat Luis Sinisterra and out for a throw in to Liverpool, which they've taken and already given the ball away from Liverpool, but easily there. Here's Kluivert, finds Sinisterra, but good defending there from Liverpool, and Konate has it back. Plays it, a bouncing ball forward. Diaz trying to battle for it. He lost out and was cleared away by Bournemouth, but Gomez has it back for Liverpool. Breaks across the halfway line. Gomez. And Nunez did get the ball. Aarons was trying to get it away from the Uruguayan. Back to Gomez, trying to work a bit of space. Joe Gomez, and the shot was deflected, and it will be kept in by Neto in his own left-hand side. And we'll fire it up the pitch out of danger, as there was an open net there and didn't want to take any risks. Konate. Luis Diaz. Here's Harvey Elliott. Down the line, Bradley. Cuts it across. Jota with a bit of space to work it now. Back to Bradley. Left-footed delivery. Right across. And Tavernier on the recovery was looking to find Curtis Jones, but the ball will bounce out of play for a Liverpool throw on the left-hand side. Certainly a attacking start to the half for both teams, really. And Gomez will take this throw in for Liverpool. Down the line, Nunez takes the touch, finds it to Jones. Back to Gomez. I'm certain of it. I'm certain that Joe Gomez has said to Jurgen Klopp, while I'm in the team, I want to have at least one goal-scoring shot a game. One shot at trying to score a goal, because he's never scored a goal for Liverpool, Joe Gomez, in a competitive game. And the only... he is, in this game, the only player not to do so, other than Conor Bradley, actually. He hasn't scored, but, he's making his Premier League debut, so you kind of can excuse him. It is his first Premier League game for Liverpool. Of course, he's played the 2 cup games, but he's was yet to feature in the game. He didn't feature in the Newcastle game. Here's good from Liverpool, and this is 1-0. Darwin Nunez, really good link up from Liverpool through the lines, what they struggled to do in that first half. And they sustained the attack, sustained the pressure, and now have the opening goal within a couple of minutes of the second half. And Darwin Nunez with the finish past Neto and into the bottom right corner of the Bournemouth goal. See the replay, it comes from a throw-in. Elliott takes it down, looks to be under pressure. Just a long ball over the top, chested by Jones. Nice touch to find Jota, who feeds the ball through for Darwin Núñez in the box. And a really cool, calm and collected finish by the Uruguayan. And it was a goal drought for him in the last few games. 16 in his last 16 games, he scored just one goal. I'll now make that 2 in 17 and trying to improve that record now. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, and the man of the moment really, Darwin Núñez to get it. The man who's been criticised in recent weeks. Well, he's blowing kisses to the haters at the camera there. And Liverpool have the lead, and Darwin Núñez has his 9th goal of the season. But Bournemouth want to respond quickly. Cuts it back. Kluivert on the return of the deflection. Takes it wide of the post. And the deflection came off Virgil van Dijk. And who knows where that was going to go. No one was certain. Not even Alisson was certain in the Liverpool goal. Kluivert took the strike with his right. Trying to find the bottom corner. Alisson was going to that corner. And then it took a mad deflection off Van Dijk, but luckily wide of the right post from a Liverpool perspective. And they will have a corner to defend here. Left-footed delivery from the right. Ball into the box, but cleared away by Liverpool. Cook finds it to Aarons, breaks into space, finds it to Tavernier, who's miles of space on the right flank. Gomez trying to cover over. Cut back, and good defender by Curtis Jones to get back and on the cover. Help out Joe Gomez there. Núñez back to Gomez. Gomez looking for the switch ball. Taken nicely by Elliott. Bradley. Now Harvey Elliott. And it seemed like Liverpool have just found another gear at half-time. Jurgen Klopp's given them some tips, surely at half-time tactically, and made a few tweaks, and they look so much more comfortable. Here's Jota running through. Space to go. Goes down. Referee, no movement from the referee at all, but Jota's incensed. He felt it was a penalty. The referee moves on. Núñez and Liverpool play on. Diaz. Now Jota. Back to Luis Diaz. He looks so much more fluid. More comfortable in possession, Liverpool. Nice touch by Jones. Here's Curtis Jones on the edge of the box, but marked all the way by Ryan Christie, who got it out to Virgil van Dijk now. He makes a run in. Jones. And goes back to Joe Gomez, who goes back to Alisson. But Liverpool much more comfortable, it seems, and I think that goal settled them as well. It's a combination of playing better, but also the goal will settle them. Nice ball to find Núñez on the left flank this time. Darwin Núñez trying to feint the defender. Gets past Aarons, puts the ball in. Back post, headed across, and straight back the way it came from Connor Bradley. And he's head in his hands there. What an opportunity to get your first Premier League goal on your debut. Chop ball to the back post from Darwin Núñez, and Bradley was up. No one was with him. All he had to do was fire it in from a tight angle, but couldn't get the angle right on it, and headed it straight back across goal. See this again. Jota chance. I mean, to be fair, Ilya Zabarny didn't do very much wrong there. Cross from Elliott into the box, not fully cleared away, and Bradley goes again, and what a save by Neto. Jones with the delivery now. Liverpool pushing for a second. Gomez. Jones again. Bournemouth need to ride this storm. No pun intended. Elliott with the delivery. Couldn't find the head of Van Dijk. McAllister again. Move down the right from Bradley, who wins a throw-in. That's two opportunities for Connor Bradley to get Liverpool a second goal. The first he missed completely, in the second he forced a very good save from Neto in the Bournemouth goal. Here's Bradley again. Can he pick a shirt? Bouncing around the box. Here's Jota. Jota across. Stabbed it across the box, but no one could get a connection. Jones. Now Diaz. It's constant pressure from Liverpool now. Non-stop pressure from the visitors. And now it's only the away fans, the travelling cop you can hear in this stadium now. Bournemouth silenced at this moment in time. Max Aaron's not a calm clearance and kind of swatted that one away with his right boot. And out for a throw-in on the left-hand side for Liverpool. But it's a crucial moment for both teams, really. Bournemouth need to hold on. They're going to make changes to try and do that. And try to deny Liverpool a second and kind of ride this kind of moment of kind of a purple patch for Liverpool. But Liverpool, while they're in a purple patch, need to make the most of it and try and get a second. And they're going to make a change here, Bournemouth. James Hill is going to come off. He's going to be replaced on that left-hand flank. And Luis Sinisterra is also coming off. So Hill and Sinisterra coming off. And they're going to be replaced by Lloyd Kelly. And the other player is Alex Scott. So Scott and Kelly on, Sinisterra and Hill off. So a double change from Bournemouth to try and re-energise them and get them through this spell of good play from Liverpool. Gomez back to Alisson. And crazy how only 10 minutes have gone in this second half. Flown by already. Much better football in this first 10 minutes of this half than we've seen in the whole of the first half from either team, really. Liverpool have upped it a couple of gears at half-time, never mind one. They've gone up a few levels. Jones. It's now about whether Bournemouth can match that now. And Liverpool have already had the same amount of chances created, more shots in the second half than they had in the whole of the first half. Here's Nunez. Bradley with a delivery. Right the way through and over the head of Luis Diaz, who will pick it up on the left-hand flank. Bournemouth holding firm at the moment. Not looking to make this deficit any bigger than what it is at the moment. You feel if Liverpool do get a second, they might go into a bit of cruise control and just manage this game a bit more. And they will relax. Bournemouth will need to push more and maybe Liverpool will find more spaces in behind. But all of that's academic at the moment. If Liverpool don't find that second, when they do kind of run out of this purple patch, because it will run out at some point, but it's whether Bournemouth can attack on the other end. But at the moment, here come Liverpool again. Jota. Nunez takes a touch. Jota was trying to control it. Bournemouth felt that he controlled it with his hand there. Referee did nothing about it because Bournemouth have the possession and now come down the other end. But that ball is wayward and out for a Liverpool throw. It just seems like Liverpool have kind of caught Bournemouth cold at the start of this half. Bournemouth came out expecting more of the same and Liverpool kind of upped their level completely and have caught Bournemouth out, really, unexpectedly, and they get the lead, and now they want to boost and go even further from into the lead. Liverpool, at the moment, Bournemouth are just trying to come to kind of terms with that. Liverpool will get a free kick there, late challenge by Chris Mepham on Diogo Jota on the right flank, so free kick will go the way of the visiting team. Stephen McCulloch in the chat, Nunez. Love for Darwin Nunez in the chat. And if I had to pick one of the front three that would score today for Liverpool, I mean, I wouldn't have expected that goal to be the goal that Darwin Nunez scored. I was expecting, as often, is usually one of those kind of instinctive finishes. It was more of a really measured ball by Darwin Nunez, and usually when he does kind of measure kind of passes it into the net, he goes even further and misses the target completely. Another issue here, another late challenge on a Liverpool player. Conor Bradley this time was fouled, and referee Andy Madley's pulled out a yellow card. Jurgen Klopp having a chat with the fourth official, although the fourth official's trying to hold him back from the Bournemouth bench. This time the man fouling is Lewis Cook that fouled Conor Bradley on the way through. It is a cynical challenge by Bradley, or by Cook on Bradley, sorry. Yeah, it's very cynical. And I don't blame them, Liverpool, for not being happy with that, because that is not a good challenge at all by Lewis Cook. Stephen says, you know me, Kevin, Liverpool all the way. Indeed. Pressure again. Jota this time putting pressure on, but the referee felt that was too much pressure, and Bournemouth will get a free kick. Although Jota quite clearly disagrees there by the look on his face. Diaz. Now Gomez. Infield to Luis Diaz. Really good turn of the ball. Finds Jones in the diagonal. Good block by Zabarnyi there. Getting to the ground and having to recover it. Tavernier feeds it off to Christie. Konate stepped in and Solanke picked up the ball. Finds Tavernier on the right flank now. Space to try and work the ball into the box. Cut back. Aarons finds Tavernier again. Bournemouth blocked off in the end. That Tavernier shot and straight through to Alisson in the Liverpool goal. But I think Ibrahim Konate got a bit excited there, just charged into midfield, come flying in, tried to cut the kind of Bournemouth pass apart and ended up leaving Liverpool a bit exposed, but a good recovery by Liverpool. They got bodies in the back very quickly when they knew they were a bit exposed, and the pace from all of the Liverpool team to get back and cover the spaces was quite impressive from that situation. That's what I mean. We've seen 15 minutes of this game and in the second half, and the Liverpool team has been night and day from the first half. It seems to be at the moment the way Liverpool are trying to change the dynamics in a game is they try and go on the original plan in the first half. If that doesn't work, carry it out, ride it till half time. They figure it out at half time, deliver that message to the players at the interval, and then they come out firing in the second half. That seems to be the way for Liverpool at the minute, because it's a couple of times now, this year, all 3 games this year prior to this calendar year, 2024, where Liverpool have played. Newcastle at home, they drew 0-0 at half-time. Arsenal away, they were drawing 0-0 at half-time. Fulham at home, they were 1-0 down at half-time. So, in all 3 of those games, they hadn't had the lead at the half, Liverpool, and came back and won all 3 of those games. So there has to be something in that. Maybe it's coincidental, but 3 games in a row where Liverpool have not taken the lead in the first half, and they've had a few tweaks. Jurgen Klopp said it in his previous press conference, or in his previous interviews. They do make tweaks at half time, clearly, and it seems to work at the moment. But here come Bournemouth, and they have a corner on the left hand side, so a chance to try and level it. I said Liverpool purple patch might come to an end soon. Ball into the box, not cleared away by Liverpool, and this time Kluivert couldn't get the ball cleanly through, and it ended up getting out of danger for Liverpool in that front. Out for a throw into Bournemouth. Max Aarons overrun the ball, and Curtis Jones wins it back. Nunez. Jota fires it forward. Spotted the run of Elliott down the right flank. Bournemouth getting bodies back. Elliott with an early cross, but that one was caught all wrong by Harvey Elliott, and behind for a goal kick from that situation. Well, these are the 2 informed sides in the Premier League. No other 2. They're the top 2 from the last 8 games in the Premier League. Bournemouth have 19 points from their last 8 games, more than any other side in the Premier League, including Liverpool. Liverpool are second to that with 18 points. Bournemouth have 6 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Liverpool 5 wins and 3 draws from their last 8 games in the Premier League. So both sides the informed teams in the league at the moment. That's why this game is so even. Liverpool have been better in the second half, and they're going to make changes of their own in the second half. Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott will be replaced by Cody Gakpo and Ryan Gravenberch. So 2 changes for Liverpool there, and a switch up in the attacking areas. So Gravenberch will occupy that left midfield role at the moment, it seems, and Gakpo will pick up on the left-hand side, maybe the right-hand side. He did play the right-hand side against Fulham in the game at Anfield, which I remember. Max Aarons. Back to Zabarnyi. Mepham. Now to Lloyd Kelly. Goes down the line, Kelly, and looking for the run of Solanke, and Allison's caught out there, but he came charging out, thinking the ball would find him on the edge of the box, and it just evaded him. And it evaded Dominic Solanke, luckily from a Liverpool perspective there, behind for a goal kick, but a bit excited there, Allison. Come flying out. Much quicker than he needed to be on that front. Goal kick, which Liverpool take here. Allison out of the back, finds Gakpo. His header a bit miscued. Darwin Núñez tries to win it back off Aarons. Under pressure is Aarons, but he does win the ball cleanly. Núñez fires the ball first time forward, trying to find the run of Jota. He tried to nick it away from Kelly, but Lloyd Kelly held firm there. Alex Scott. Pressure on Kluivert. Tackled by Gravenberch and I think Bradley there, and that goes out for a Bournemouth throw. On the left-hand side, also, although Liverpool have taken the lead, have been better in the second half, it is still only a 1-goal lead in this one, and that would be probably, I wouldn't say it would be a concern for Jurgen Klopp. I would say taking the lead would be a massive positive, obviously, and he will feel that his side can go for more in this one. There's still 25 minutes to play, so still all to play for here at the Vitality. Flick on by Gravenberch. Really good flick on. Núñez was a bit on his heels there. Wasn't expecting that flick on from Gakpo, it actually was. Got the flick on. Oh, Alex Scott there trying to come down the line for Bournemouth. Fouled by Conor Bradley. That'll be a yellow card for the Liverpool right back. So Bradley tried to beat his man on the ball and kind of hits him in the face in the process. And Conor Bradley gets his first ever Premier League booking. It could have been more kind of dangerous, really, for a yellow card. It wasn't massive amounts in that. Andy Manley just having a chat with one of the Bournemouth backroom staff and Jurgen Klopp, along with the fourth official there. Of course, Jurgen Klopp, well known for his kind of reactions and emotions on the sidelines. I mean, I mention it nearly every time I commentate on Liverpool. It's so entertaining just to watch Jurgen Klopp screaming at a fourth official and having a really good debate with the fourth official on the sidelines. I mean, I don't think I've seen any other manager do it as much. I mean, we've seen more aggressive managers, the likes of a Jose Mourinho. He doesn't have a debate. He has a full-on argument with the fourth official, tries to go a bit physical. Does Mourinho, but Jurgen Klopp rides a fine line, certainly. Tavernier. Christie. Bit clipped there. The referee will play advantage, and Christie's ball through the middle. It goes nowhere but into Liverpool's path. Jones with the ball over the top. Jota was nowhere near it. Gravenberch trying to win the second ball. Offload Kelly. Kelly holds firm and keeps the possession. Finds Scott. Christie. And the interesting factor is, can Bournemouth match the level of Liverpool in this second half? So far, in the last 5 minutes or so, they seem to have been much more solid, much more controlled, and much more comfortable on the ball. Bournemouth, but at the moment, still lacking that creativity, lacking that kind of creative edge that they need to try and find those chances against Liverpool, but that could come. Good block by McAllister. Konate. Out to Gravenberch, who's on the right hand side here, and he'll get the free kick. The Dutchman, and we'll get Liverpool a free kick. And again, Jurgen Klopp is not happy. Honestly, I'm telling you, I love watching Jurgen Klopp just screaming on the side. I don't no idea who he was screaming at, but he was kind of drawing a box on his chest and I have no idea what he was saying, but it was entertaining anyway. Bournemouth made another change. Justin Kluivert has left the field. He's going to be replaced by David Brooks. So Brooks on for Kluivert. So that's Bournemouth's third change of the game. Flick on by Jota. Finds the feet of Núñez on the right hand side this time. Battling with Chris Mepham. Núñez keeps a hold of the ball. Rolls it to Gravenberch. Has to go turn towards his own goal, and he does keep the possession. McAllister, now Gravenberch again. Nice touch and turn. Gravenberch tries to strike it, and actually hit his own man in Jota there, and bundled its way through into the hands of Neto. Good press from Jones there, but a bit caught out on Ryan Christie. Kelly with a long ball forward. Bouncing for Van Dijk to chase, and Van Dijk battling with Solanke. Van Dijk held on well and got the better of Solanke there and cleared the ball away out of danger. Jota flicked it on, trying to find Darwin Nunez. It was up for the header. Taken down there, Nunez. Referee plays advantage. Gravenberch now. Jota! Jota to slot it! No doubt about it, when Diogo Jota gets in those positions, there's only going to be one final outcome to the situation, and that is a goal for Liverpool. All created by Virgil van Dijk clearing the ball, getting it out of danger, getting Liverpool up the pitch quickly, while Bournemouth have a few extra bodies committed. Good from Jota to adjust. He fires it forward. Nunez does really well, wins the first header, almost is tripped up in kind of the process of trying to carry the ball forward. Say it again, Nunez up for the header, it bounces back down. The Bournemouth player goes to ground. Nunez gets past him. It's Barney that was in the ground. Nunez gets past him. Gravenberch was closely following. He picks up the loose ball. Right-footed pass into Jota's path. And then Jota, right-footed, sneaks in at the near post. Off the inside of the right post. And gets Liverpool a second goal. They've been pushing for it. They've been probing for it. And just as Bournemouth kind of try and find a bit of parity, a bit of level in the game, do Liverpool counter and find that space to attack and to get a second goal. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Comfortable indeed, it seems, at the moment for Jurgen Klopp's team. Although, I wouldn't say game over. Still a very early stage. Still 20 minutes plus additional time to go. So a long, long way to go yet in this competition. Or in this... yeah, the competition of this game. But Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool fans, the Liverpool team would feel a bit more at ease with that second goal. Bournemouth have a bit more of a bit of a taller hill to climb this time round. Jota wins it back. Here's Gakpo in space. Gakpo to feed it through. Bradley cuts it across, and the cross was far too close to Neto to cause any danger. And the Bournemouth keeper collects it comfortably. Cook trying to get Bournemouth forward. Adjusts well after that challenge. Now Aarons finds David Brooks for his first involvement of the game. Brooks, nice ball, and just bounced off the foot of Dominic Solanke and into the path of Alisson, who catches. Stephen says the boys are doing the business while Salah is away, of course. Got to remember for Liverpool, and rightfully so there, Stephen. You know, Liverpool without kind of a couple of their top performers this season. No Mo Salah, no Trent Alexander-Arnold, no Dominic Szoboszlai. Salah, of course, out through international duty. Alexander-Arnold and Szoboszlai out through injury at the moment. Wataru Endo, of course, has been another massive performer in midfield for Liverpool this season. Defensively, he's not involved, of course, as he's on international duty as well at the Asian Cup. Salah actually suffered an injury at the African Cup of Nations, but of course Egypt revealed earlier this week that the injury isn't as serious as first expected, and Salah will be okay, and he will be okay to continue in the tournament. Should be back for the round of 16 game if they get there, Egypt, in that one. So, but it will be a tough task for Egypt. We'll not talk about that at the moment. Here's Tavernier, good block, well recovered by Alexis McAllister. Touch from Jota, or sorry, not Jota, Nunez. Wrong number, wrong player completely. And Bournemouth have it back. Scott pulled back a bit there by Conor Bradley, and another free kick will go Bournemouth's way. Well, it's clearly stated there, as I was mentioning, you know, Liverpool still doing the business while their big performers aren't in attendance and aren't on the pitch for them. The likes of a Joe Gomez deputising at left back, Connor Bradley making his Premier League debut at right back. A tough position to play. Harvey Elliott in that midfield, of course, as well. And then Liverpool front three kind of dealing with unusual positions for them. They're never usually in. Free kick for Bournemouth. Right-footed delivery. Away by Konate. And Jones with a follow-up clears it away. Aarons to pick it back up for Bournemouth. Spreads it out to the left, but again, that one's overcooked by Max Aarons, and that goes out for a Liverpool throw on the far side. Well, of course, Liverpool at this moment in time, with a win, would go further clear at the top of the Premier League table. 5 points clear of Manchester City. Oh, lovely touch by Max Aarons, though. Big chance, good block by Konate. Body on the line, and Gomez carries it away and wins a free kick. Really good from Ibrahima Konate, and he gets a kind of chest bump from his centre-back partner, Virgil van Dijk there. The space out in the right-hand side again. Aarons, beautiful touch past Gakpo. Gomez was nowhere to be seen, and then Konate, really good, just to get a grip around the ball with his legs, puts his body on the line, and stops the Aarons pass, finding anyone in a Bournemouth shirt, especially Dom Solanke in there. Liverpool do get it away, and got a free kick from that position. Now in attack again. Here's Jota. Carries it forward. Bradley continues the attack, and will leave that for a corner. Smart play there from Connor Bradley, actually. And all the talk and build up to how both sides will deal with the weather conditions and the windiness and the kind of not good conditions to deal with to play football in, especially with this being on the south coast, a bit more of a gusty wind. But so far, it's not affected really either side, mostly. The crossfield passes, but neither side have really played many of them, because they know not to. Otherwise, they will just go right out of play. But so far, the weather hasn't really mattered. And Liverpool have kind of weathered a possible storm. Corner from Liverpool, right-hand side. Jones connected to it, but the wind certainly had an impact on that one and hit the upper stand behind that goal. Clean volley by Curtis Jones, but couldn't keep it down whatsoever. Fired well behind for a goal kick. Good cover by Bradley as Scott was trying to find Tavernier in the wide areas there. Bournemouth had it back, and Aarons with a heavy touch allowed Gakpo to win it back, but he's under pressure. Challenging on Jones, who was trying to come for it. David Brooks has it for Bournemouth. Rides a challenge, feeds it out to the left. Tavernier on this left-hand side. Left-footed delivery. Solanke was close and in, but Virgil van Dijk was closer and got the first connection on the ball. Van Dijk, and behind for a Bournemouth corner. Good move down the left-hand side from Bournemouth again. Good delivery by Marcus Tavernier. And Dominic Solanke, again, closely marked by Virgil van Dijk. Corner for Bournemouth. Right-footed delivery, right into the box. Van Dijk again with a clean header to clear it away. Christie to recover it. And the flag goes up against the Bournemouth player that took the corner initially, Lewis Cook, coming back from an offside position. So, free kick to Liverpool. 12 minutes plus additional time to go. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. And probably couldn't argue with that scoreline whatsoever, really. Liverpool have upped the level massively in the second half. Bournemouth really haven't been able to match it. And Liverpool taking their opportunities and capitalising upon their kind of improvement and their increase in their level. Something they failed to do here last season. Of course, they were beaten here last season. They didn't score on this ground last season in their Premier League visit. And their 1-0 defeat on that day. They were the better side, but they struggled to really put the ball into the back of the net on that occasion. Mo Salah even failing on that day from the penalty spot. Nice ball from Gakpo. Space for Nunez to run into here. Here is Nunez on the left-hand side. Nunez with a cutback right across, but no one there to meet it. Bradley on the far side. Cuts it back for Jota. Miskicked it that time. Jota with a follow-up. And from the ground, he finds his seconds. He completely miskicked the first one, but made no mistake of the second one. Diogo Jota. Doubt him at your peril. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3. Game, set, match. Liverpool getting the 3 points on the South Coast. And Diogo Jota well on his way and is on a hat-trick now. Goodness me. The ball forward, really well measured ball by Gakpo. Nunez to hold his run perfectly. Finds the ball out to the left-hand side on the edge of the box. Nunez trying to eye up a pass. The ball comes feeding right through. All the way through. Out to Bradley on the far side. He crosses it, cuts it back to Jota. He miscues the first the first shot. Completely miskicks it, Jota. It continues on the way through. Bounces down, and then as he's sliding down, he connects with his right boot. Clean as you like. What a finish. Right the way into the bottom corner. He missed the first one, which should have been easy to take. And then he ended up slotting the second one, which is much harder to take. And Jota gets Liverpool's second goal. 9 minutes after he got their Liverpool's third goal. It's his second goal 9 minutes after he got his first goal of the game. And I think Conor Bradley will get the assist for that goal as well. And on his Premier League debut, he could have had 2 goals, but he's got an assist. He's certainly deputising Trent Alexander-Arnold well in that right-back position. Conor Bradley. I have to say, you have to be impartial, but being honest, Conor Bradley, of course, a Northern Ireland international, as you can hear from my accent. I'm a Northern Ireland boy myself. Well, there's an issue here for Liverpool. I'll talk about that in a moment. Curtis Jones down, which doesn't look good. He's felt something. I'm hoping that's not serious for Liverpool, because they've got more football to be played, especially more crucially a Carabao Cup semi-final second leg in midweek, followed by an FA Cup tie against Norwich next weekend, and then a Premier League game against Chelsea the following midweek at home. So a lot of football still to be played here for Liverpool before they get reinforcements back. But Curtis Jones is up and is walking, so he's felt something, but he's up and is walking, so that's a good sign, but will be leaving the play, it seems. And they're going to make a double change here, Liverpool. I think Bournemouth are going to make changes as well. And Curtis Jones going straight down the tunnel though, but he is walking and he is okay. Liverpool making those changes now then, a few youngsters coming on. And one man who is a youngster but is acting like he's a senior player, and Conor Bradley, he's leaving the field. Just to get confirmation of those changes, Bobby Clark is coming on for Conor Bradley for Liverpool. And I'll get the confirmation of the other one, because Bournemouth are going to make a double substitution themselves. Solanke coming off, Kiefer Moore coming on for Bournemouth, and now Philip Billing is coming on to replace Lewis Cook. So double change there for Bournemouth. And Owen Beck, by the way, Owen Beck has come on for Liverpool in replacement of Curtis Jones. So Jones and Bradley off, Beck and Clark on for Liverpool. Of course, Owen Beck will occupy left back position probably. Gomez will go to right back, and then Bobby Clark will occupy the midfield, as I can see here. He is. Ball down the line. Here is Owen Beck with his first defending, and denies Max Aarons a proper cross straight into the feet of Van Dijk. And that's cleared away for a Bournemouth throw. 6.5 minutes to go, and Liverpool with a 3-goal lead on the South Coast. Goals from Darwin Nunez with the first, and a Diogo Jota brace has Liverpool 3 goals to the good here at the Vitality Stadium. And it would take Liverpool this win 5 points clear at the top. They will be clear of Manchester City. Of course, you have a game in hand. They will be 5 points clear of Arsenal and Aston Villa on the same number of games, and 8 points clear of 5th place Spurs, also on the same number of games. Let's just do a bit of stats reading because we've got time to fill. As I was saying, these two sides, the informed sides in the league. Bournemouth only lost 1 of their last 8. Liverpool unbeaten in the last 8, and that looks to be continuing that unbeaten run for Liverpool. Bournemouth have won 3 of their last 4 Premier League home games, drawing just the one against Fulham, Newcastle, and Burnley. And that's as many as their previous 16 beforehand. In this previous 16, they'd lost 9 of 16 at home. However, Liverpool have won each of their last 3 away league games after defeating Burnley, Crystal Palace and Sheffield United, while Klopp's men last won 4 in a row on the road in the competition in March 2022. They've kept 2 clean sheets in these 3 wins, as many as their previous 14 away league matches beforehand, while they also won 2-0 away at Arsenal in the FA Cup earlier this month. So their away form, Liverpool, looks strong, especially in recent times, and they're going to try and add to that lead. Jota couldn't win the ball. Almost there, but no cigar. Max Aaron's going down in a bit of pain. Liverpool, the second best away record in the league. Only Manchester City have a better away record. With this win for Liverpool away from home, they will be level on points with City in away form. Doesn't look good for Max Aaron's here. For Bournemouth, and Andoni Iraola, the Bournemouth manager, a bit concerned about that. Bournemouth, their home form isn't quite great at all. Those 3 games that they've won at home are their only 3 games they've won at home this season. Those 3 of the last 4 at home. So not a perfect home record for Bournemouth, far from that, and this will add to that. It will be their 4th home defeat of the season in 10 home games. Well, Aaron's is back to his feet, I believe, after that bit of concern. We're back underway. Bournemouth switch the ball out to David Brooks. Owen Beck under trouble, and Owen Beck does well. Gets the block on the ball. Will be a Bournemouth corner, though, for Liverpool to defend. He did get his foot in the way, did the young man. He is the grandson of the great Ian Rush, of course. Liverpool legend. In attacking areas, Owen Beck, defender. Corner for Bournemouth. Right hand side. Can they nick a consolation late in the game? Wind is picked up. Left footed delivery. Whipped in. All the way through, but fell to a Liverpool player. And Bobby Clark gets the break of the ball. He was trying to get the break of the play. Down the left hand side up against Alex Scott. Clark. Back infield to Jota. Good control. And Gravenberch back to Beck. And goes across to Konate. McAllister. Virgil van Dijk. Well, what's next for Bournemouth? We talk about Liverpool's upcoming games and the non-stop for Liverpool in terms of the schedule. Well, Bournemouth don't play till next weekend, where they welcome Swansea City in the FA Cup. That's on Thursday night, so it's in midweek. And then they don't play again until the 1st of February when they travel to West Ham in the Premier League on the 1st of February, which is also a Thursday, by the way. So a couple of days break for Bournemouth here, and then they have a full week's break before they play again in the Premier League. So Premier League bit scarce in January. It's all about cup football in January. The League Cup and the FA Cup taking precedence. Some sides only have 1 Premier League game this month in this match week 21 split. Some play not again till February. And Liverpool, not for them. They've a busy period ahead of constant football. But at the moment, they seem to be relishing it. I mean, over the Christmas period, they relished that tight schedule. I mean, from the 3rd of December, they've lost just one game, Liverpool, and that was in the Europa League when they'd already qualified for the knockout stages. They're unbeaten in all of those other games. The only 2 games they've failed to win in that period. At the same time, David Brooks trying to get a consolation, puts it wide. Big opportunity there, but couldn't hit the target. As I was saying, the only time Liverpool have failed to win since the 3rd of December have been the home games against Manchester United and Arsenal in the league. Every other game Liverpool have won, home and away, since the 30th of November. And their last only one defeat other than that, one defeat in the league this season. The only side to lose just one game this season. The closest to that is Man City, who've lost 3. Liverpool just the one. That was against Tottenham earlier in the season, away from home. So unbeaten at home as well this season. Anfield, a fortress again. 8 minutes of added time at the end of this one. Pretty unnecessarily, really. I think both managers have had a word to say with 4th official Graham Scott on that case. And Graham Scott is being very strong and is having none of what Antonio Areola has to say there about the 8 added minutes. And Graham Scott, the 4th official, not best pleased with the manager's reactions there. Although delivery from Bournemouth and headed away by Van Dijk, and stood at the head of David Brooks there, who headed it behind for a goal kick. Really, it's just about filling time now, really. I mean, I would love to know where the 8 minutes have come from. Like, genuinely. We've had a few substitutions and 3 goals in the second half. Fair enough. But surely that doesn't add up to 8 minutes. Maybe about 5, but not 8. That's unnecessary. Another issue here. McAllister's gone down for Liverpool there from a challenge, but he will get back up right away. Helped to his feet there by Ryan Christie, his opposite number. I have to say, I wouldn't be surprised if either manager in their post-match interview talks about this game, the added time at the end of this, because I think it's pretty much an exaggeration. I mean, where have they got the 8 minutes from? I'm baffled. Of course, we know they're adding more time on this season, but I'm scratching my head to wonder where 8 minutes has come from. Like, 8 minutes. Great ball retention by Owen Beck there. Thought he'd missed it thought he'd lost it 1 or 2 times, but he kept the possession fairly well. Here's Gomez from the right this time. Nice delivery, and oh, it's in! It's Darwin Núñez again. Really good cross by Joe Gomez. And a fantastic connection by Darwin Núñez to get Liverpool a 4th goal. It's academic now, but at the end, Darwin Núñez, you get 1 in 16 games, and you end up getting 2 in just the 1 game. That's the way goal scoring is sometimes. And Darwin Núñez knows that more than anyone at the minute. Fantastic cross by Joe Gomez, and Darwin Núñez off the back of the defenders, running off the edge of the defence. And that's a fantastic connection and finish into the far corner. Just taps it with his right boot, outside of his right boot. And that seems to be his level. When he can get into form and when he can get firing, Núñez at the minute could be very unstoppable if he continues in that way for Liverpool. And that's now 2 players with a brace in the game. 2 for Núñez, 2 for Jota. And speaking of Diogo Jota, he's been taken off here. Cade Gordon has come on in his place. So Gordon has to come on. And another issue for Liverpool here is another late challenge. And it's Kiefer Moore this time. And Ibrahima Konaté's gone down. And Jurgen Klopp again is complaining to the 4th official and the assistant. don't know what Kiefer Moore is doing. I mean, what's he going to benefit from that? He's not getting any of the ball. It's this type of thing that annoys me in football. Like, I know you've got a right to go with the ball. You're 4-0 down with 4 minutes to go, and you're still throwing yourself into challenges like that. You can hurt the opposition. You can hurt the opposition player. You can also hurt yourself. It's just stupid kind of challenges. Unnecessary at all. And Konate's back up and fine, but it is frustration, really. Oh, Clark went down there. The flag went up. But Bournemouth have the ball, so the game will play on. Oh, and Allison was coming for it. Not David Brooks. Kiefer Moore was there, but couldn't get the finish. Stephen says, great result. Thank you for stream, Elvis, and your commentary, Kevin. Thank you very much indeed, Stephen, for joining us again. Great to have you with us again today. And a good result for Liverpool, it seems. It will be. The flag was up against one of the forwards there for Liverpool. They felt they could have got a penalty, but the flag was up nonetheless, so wouldn't have counted. Well, that second goal for Darwin Nunez is his 10th of the season, so he's hit double figures. He's already on the chase to be, I think he is Liverpool's second top goal scorer in the Premier League this season. Mo Salah, of course, head and shoulders above anyone else in the Premier League. He's battling Erling Haaland for that golden boot at the moment. I mean, I'd say Mo Salah's the only player in the Premier League that can battle Erling Haaland for that kind of trophy at the moment. Still a long way to go, though, before that trophy gets handed out at the end of the season, or any other trophies. Bournemouth committing bodies forward again, and Nunez on the track back, committing the foul, and there'll be a free kick to Bournemouth, and a yellow card for Darwin Nunez. And he can't believe it. I think the Liverpool fans in that away end are just cheering at that decision. Seems to be a pretty happy atmosphere there for Liverpool at the moment. It's Jota that's Liverpool's second top goal scorer this season, 7. Nunez on 6 Premier League goals this season. After those two. But a pretty comfortable day, comfortable second half. Surely for Liverpool, that's back-to-back Premier League games where they scored 4 goals in the second half. Brooks trying to rescue a consolation and deny Liverpool a clean sheet. Strike from distance behind. Alex Scott over the bar. And I have to say, there's only one man that... Well, there's 2 candidates for player of the match today. Jota, Nunez. I mean, some honourable mentions. I mean, the Liverpool defence, I think, has been very strong today. The midfield have looked comfortable. But I think Diogo Jota gets it for me. 2 goals in the day. Of course, Nunez got 2 goals, but the 2 goals from Jota, he got the second, and the third was just pure class. I mean, it was just fantastic. But Jota just gets player of the match, just edges it for me today. I think they've been Jota's been very good up front for Liverpool. He always seems to have an impact in games. You know, he's never hugely always massively involved. You know, in comparison to Darwin Nunez, Nunez makes all the chances, can't finish them at times, but he's a chance maker. Diogo Jota is one of those ones where he gets one chance, he gets a goal, and that's the type of striker you want. Although we're trying to get a 5th there, but not enough time now. Ball cleared away from Bournemouth, and the final whistle goes from Andy Madley. A pretty comfortable result in the end for Jurgen Klopp's side, who were held at half-time 0-0. They were the better side in the first half, edged it slightly, a very even game really. Neither side really impressed in the first half. Liverpool came out in the second and looked like a completely different animal and put Bournemouth to the sword, and another big win away from home for Liverpool, and a second consecutive Premier League game in 2024 where they score 4 goals in the second half. And this time they keep a clean sheet in doing so. Antonio Areola's side will lick their wounds and will have time to take stock in this result. But Liverpool don't have time to take stock. They've a game in midweek and then another game at the weekend to come Busy period for Jurgen Klopp's side, but at the moment they're revelling in that busy period, and more so without their big performers. No Salah, no Alexander-Arnold, no Endo, no problem for Liverpool. Final score from the Vitality Stadium: Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4.